Welcome back to Ask the Expert. This is Scott Watson from Watson's Pharmacy and Wellness Center talking supplements today. Very good question from cameraman Zach a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
He goes, I take omega-3s and you keep talking about fish oils. Is it the same?
It's a great question. Omega-3s there are certain fatty acids that there's omega-3s, 6, and 9. All omega-3s don't have to come from fish oil.
Yeah.
But fish oils, the traditional fish oil products just have the omega-3s. So you can get omega-3s from flax, you can get omega-3s from little crustaceans.
But this is probably the best source, wouldn't you say?
It's that and salmonella are probably the most concentrated, so you get the most bang for your buck.
I like these too because I have to take 3 twice a day, and they're pretty big gel caps. These ones are 2 times concentrated, so you just take the full recommended daily dose in just 2.
That's right. Absolutely.
Like that.
Okay.
Joyce is on the telephone. Good morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. What's your question?
Scott, I have this question. Someone experiencing kidney stones,
Yep.
is it good to take vitamin D and calcium supplements, and in what amount, if so?
So what you want to do is the calcium recommendations are about 1,200 milligrams of calcium. Now, you want to get that through diet and supplements. So you kind of work out how much milk and how much cheese and how much you're getting through your diet, and there are calculators out there, and then you want to add to get up to the 1,200 with your supplement. Now, I think it is a good idea to continue. When people take more than that, I've seen some people get upwards of 2,000 milligrams, then you can get calcium deposits over a period of time.
Yeah.
It takes a little while, but so
you can over-calcium yourself, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think what I would recommend is if you just kind of work with your doctor always, stay at the recommendations, 1,200 milligrams of calcium through diet and supplements. And taking vitamin D is very important because that vitamin D does help our body to absorb the calcium. So,
Gotcha. Very good. Okay. Joan is also on the telephone. And Joan, you have a question about additional supplements, is that right? Hello, Joan?
Yes, I'm speaking. Yes.
Okay, what's your question this morning?
Yeah, my question this morning is this. I take a drug called Dilantin to prevent brain seizures, and I've been told you shouldn't take supplements while taking that drug. And I've had different answers to that question. So could Mr. Watson tell me, should I take these supplements? Because I take the vitamin D3 and I take a lutein for my eyes. So
what was the last one you took?
Pardon me?
What was the one for your eyes you take?
Lutein.
Oh, lutein, okay.
Is that okay, or?
I think those are just fine. The main ones that they do worry about, and it's kind of just recently, it's been like you mentioned earlier, calcium and magnesium, because things like thyroid medicines, certain antibiotics, certain heart medications can, when you take it at the same time as milk, the calcium absorbs to the actual medicine, and then it doesn't get absorbed. So with Dilantin, I think the main ones I would steer clear of would just be calcium, magnesium, taking at the same time. Now, if you could separate an hour to 2 hours, I think that's much better.
Right.
It's not that you can't have calcium, just not at the exact same time.
Okay.
Okay.
We got an email from Lisa. Lisa says a few months ago I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I'm wondering what kind of vitamins I should avoid. What's hyperthyroidism? Well, just as it seems, an overactive thyroid?
Overactive thyroid. So there are some nutrients and some supplements out there that can contribute to the amount of thyroid hormones that our body produces.
Right.
And that would be some that you'd want to steer clear of. Things that have high doses of tyrosine. Even some of the proteins, if there's like targeted protein supplements, you might want to steer clear of.
Gotcha.
So those would be the main ones I would talk to her about. It would just be tyrosine. Anything with tyrosine, steer clear.
We've got another email question along the same lines from Peggy. I heard that taking chromium can help with weight loss. All it said on the bottle is that provides support for a healthy glucose metabolism. Can anyone take it, or should people with certain health conditions avoid that sort of thing?
Chromium is another one that it does help with glucose metabolism, and I have seen that. Because glucose is intricately involved in you know, how our body stores and fats. So this can play a good role in that.
Right.
But again, chromium, I see it more for people with diabetes.
Right.
And just wanting to get better control of their blood sugar.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Let me ask you this, Scott. I know you recommend the fish oils as a daily supplement.
Yep.
What about vitamins, like your one-a-days and so on? Do you recommend those as well?
I do. You know, we. I think if people are getting a really healthy diet and they're like having 3 square meals a day, I think it's a wonderful thing, and you're probably getting most of your nutrients through that diet. Now, if you're missing some meals, if you're eating, you know, foods that have been prepared for you, sometimes the food that's coming through the marketplace is short on nutrients. We think it was there, but maybe it's short. So taking a multivitamin is not a bad idea, just to make sure that you're getting all those nutrients that you need.
It's a good habit to get into along with your fish oil gels and so on.
Absolutely.
Good advice. Make sure you, it can be very individualistic, so make sure you check with your doctor and then check with Scott as a pharmacist. He can really narrow things down for you, so you're not
especially if you're taking some prescription drugs, just to make sure there's no interactions.
Exactly. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Scott Watson here from Watson's Pharmacy and Wellness Center. Get in touch with them, ask some questions. Stop by and say hello, for crying out loud. I don't know what the nutrients are involved in fajitas, but I do know we have some.
Fajitas.
That's right. Lone Star is here. We'll get into the kitchen coming up next. We'll be right back.